Mr. Williams, you need to take a seat. All right, everyone. Welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the courtroom. 1, today is Wednesday. Let's keep it as a Wednesday. Let's not try to turn it into a difficult Monday. You are in a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. So that means there is to be no driving, no eating of food, no preparing of food, no doing grocery shopping. If you are at work, you need to find a quiet place. You need to let your employer know that you are in court and you need to take a break. To all the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think that plea bargain is, you will need to put that in the chat box to the court coordinator. She will be listed on the screen as Ferguson coordinator. Now, there is another Ferguson that is an inmate. Please do not confuse the inmate with the court coordinator and send that inmate a bunch of chat messages. To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of those things or behave inappropriately on this Zoom screen, you will be sent back. As you know, there is staffing issues. So that means that we'll probably see you in maybe 90 days. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I open up breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To everyone who is on this Zoom screen, to all inmates, do not tell the deputy you are excused. You're only excused if I excuse you. Mr. Williams, you need to put on that mask. That mask cannot be used as a chin strap. It should cover your mouth and your nose. All right, to the clerks, can you see if Mr. Williams has audio or maybe he doesn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So it appears that he does, he just don't want to follow rules. So we shall see. To everyone else, if you're a defendant, you are not allowed to allow your screen to go dark. There's only one instance where your screen should go dark, and that is if you are signing paperwork and you are on a phone. If your screen goes dark for any reason other than that, you are going to be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court. Now, what does that entail? That's going to entail you getting an Uber, a Lyft, or catching the Via. And if you catch the Via bus, you're going to find out that it's still the same when I rode the bus, which is they don't give change. So you're going to have to get exact change. And you're never able to have exact change when you find it. And if you are driving downtown, what's going to end up happening? You're going to find the weather is not so great. You're going to find a lot of one-ways, a lot of construction. If you're lucky enough to find parking, you're going to figure out that it is not the cost of parking that it was in the 90s. It is very expensive. So everyone, let's keep this as the Wednesday that it is, and let's not try to turn this into a Monday. All right, I'm going to call the names of the attorneys. The attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you see you're low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you Zoom to another courtroom and your name is called, you will be put at the end of the list. And this court will be taking its recess at 12 p.m. I know usually we take it at 11. I'm sorry, I know usually we take it at 12:30, but we're not doing that today. It will be at 12 p.m. And anyone whose case is not heard, you'll have to be back here in the afternoon. All right. To all of those who are accused or who are defendants, you will not hear your name call. You will hear your attorney's name call. If you do not hear your attorney's name call, please do not raise your hand asking for your attorney, because your attorney is probably zooming into another courtroom or had to be out of county or had to be in person. Believe it or not, this case is not the only case your attorney has. Bobby Gebbia, Alex Scharf, Joseph Stateson, Miguel Hernandez, Tim Roundtree, Kyle Ernst, Julie Pollock, Albert Charas, Michael Gross, Tony Hernandez, James Toshi, Cornelius Cox, Albert Acevedo, Robert Broback, Armando Martinez, and Javier Garcia. Is there any defense attorney's name that is on this Zoom screen that I have not called?
Yes, Judge, Orlando Castañon.
Okay. Anyone else? All right then, attorneys. When I call your name, it would help me if you will add to the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. That will make it easier and quicker for me to assign you to the breakout rooms. However, if you're unable that for you, think of those breakout rooms as going to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and they call you to the back, you're excited because you think you're being seen right away, but really they're just taking you to a small room and they're checking your weight and your blood pressure. Consider the prosecutor's doctors. They're moving throughout those breakout rooms and they have the ability to do that. If you leave your breakout room to tell me they have not been to your breakout room, I guarantee you, just when you're coming out to tell me that, they are trying to go to that breakout room and they're discovering that that breakout room is empty. So they're going to skip over you and go to the next room. So everyone, put some patience in your pocket. And this is going to be a great Wednesday. I'm proclaiming it as such. All right, Bobby Gebbia.
Good morning, Judge. I have two people with you today, and I have listed their names. They're both family violence.
Thank you so much. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
Alex Shore.
Your Honor, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I'm here for Sean Brown's office. I do have one CTD and one family violence.
I will send you to number 5.
I will join. Thank you.
Joseph States, and as always, you are like the A+ person, A++. You always have your name changed before I even say it. I'm going to send you to number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Lorraine Efron. Let me see if Joe Dela Cruz is here because I know what that is about.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
He's not on the Zoom yet. Just give us a moment.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure. All right, Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Melendez, CTD.
I'm going to send you to number 7. Thank you so much for changing your name.
Thank you, Judge.
Tim Roundtree.
Good morning, Judge. I have Cassandra Garcia. I could not figure out how to change the name. I apologize. I've already actually conferred with Marcus Sanders. And so I wanted to see if what I need to do now.
All right. So here's the thing. Are you on a computer or on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
All right. Next time when you need to change your name on your phone, if you'll click on participants and then you'll click on your name and you'll see an arrow and it'll ask if you want to rename yourself. And then you just add the name of your client.
I see that. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. No problem. Have you conferred with your client?
I have, Judge. This is a travel permit request and it's agreed for her to visit her family over the holidays. I've got the dates in the motion. The agreement is as long as she will not drive herself.
All right. If you will send me in an email and I will make sure that that is signed today.
Thank you. May we be excused, Judge?
Yes, you both may be excused. Cassandra Garcia, you are excused and your attorney is excused. Ms. Garcia, can you unmute for me, please?
Hello. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Roundtree, it appears that your client is in a driver's seat.
I'm hoping she's not driving.
No, ma'am, I'm not driving.
But why is she in a
pulled over.
driver's seat? It seems there's an issue. Was she pulled over?
No,
No,
she's
I'm
Judge, she's
pulled over
permitted to
and-
drive. Hold on, Cassandra. She's permitted to drive as long as she has interlock, which she does. This is just for the travel out of state. She's not going to be driving. It's her boyfriend going to be driving.
Okay. All right. Clear that up for me. All right. Ms. Garcia, I'm going to sign the travel permit, but you are not to be driving out of state and you're not to be driving any vehicle that does not have an ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I don't know where you're headed, where are you headed?
To Green Bay, Wisconsin.
All right, so here's the thing. Sometimes people want to get to a place as quickly as they want to get to it. I don't know how many hours it is from here to Wisconsin, but what I do know is sometimes people who are driving, they say, hey, you take the wheel, I'm tired, and because people want to get to where they're going. Do not do that, because if you do that, there are going to be problems on this end. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then just send that email to me, Mr. Roundtree, and I will take care of that.
I'll do it. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Let me just find her on the docket. And Ms. Garcia, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
On the recall, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Hal Ernst.
Yes, Judge. I have Francisco Rocha. He signed on. This is a trial case. So we just asked for a trial date.
All right, I'll send you to number 8 and have you to confer with the state one last time. And then if it doesn't work out, we'll give you a trial date. Julie Pollock.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you for changing your name.
I remembered what your rules were. So
I'll send you to number 9.
thank you.
Albert Charis. Albert
Morning.
Charis.
Morning, Judge. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is your client
Oh.
criminal trial division or family violence?
It's family violence, Your Honor. I was conferring with Joe Garcia last time. He had something into, so I think we might be able to do something today if everything went well.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Michael Gross.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got Rudolph Montoya this morning on family violence. It's a discovery status today, Judge. I've been talking with Michelle Hayden today, the prosecutor. Also on your Zoom this morning, Your Honor, is Joe Loyacano. He's on your screen, I noticed. He's representing one of the entities that I served a subpoena on. And if he could please go to that waiting room also so we could discuss with the prosecutor, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Thanks, Judge.
And Joe Loyacano, I'm going to send you to 11.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Tony Hernandez.
Yes, Your Honor. I represent Benjamin Williams. If I could be put in a breakout room with him.
Do you need a breakout room with your client or a breakout room with the state?
With the client first, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to number 12 and let me see if I can find your client on the Zoom screen. Where is Benjamin Williams? Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Judge, and he's there on my screen is on the middle or left-hand side.
All right, I don't know why people are not speaking up.
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
I'm gonna see you to number 12. And you need to put that mask on. James Toshi.
Couldn't hear me when I was talking to you.
You need to put the mask on. Can you hear that? James Toshi.
Morning, Judge. I have Mary Diaz. I've been conferring with Ms. Hayden. I don't mind chatting with her. Today is a plea deadline. We're not going to get it resolved, so I'll defer on what you want to do. Send me.
All right, I'll send you to 13. 13 is a lucky breakout room.
We'll see.
All right, Cornelius Cox.
Morning, Judge. I have LaPrentice County, and it's a MTR, and it's a criminal trial. So I need a workout room with a prosecutor, Judge, and maybe the probation officer.
All right, I'll send you to number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Albert Acevedo. Alberto Acevedo.
Yes,
Going
Judge. I have
once.
Marla Garris, CTD.
I'll send you to number 15.
Thank you.
Robert Brauback.
Good morning, Judge. It's Mark Anthony Paris. It's a PSI. I have the PSI report. We reset it for today and to do the sentencing.
All right, do you need to go over the PSI report with your client?
Oh, no, ma'am, I've already done it.
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody.
All right, just give me a moment. Armando Martinez.
Judge, good morning. I changed my name to Fredis Cabrera is my client, Judge.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It is an evading arrest, Judge.
Okay. I will
And
send you
Judge,
the number. Yes.
I've already conferred, Judge. They've offered pretrial diversion. We've already sent in our application. We're just awaiting an answer.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson will meet you there to give you a date.
Thank you,
And when you
Judge.
receive that date, come back to the main room and let me know what that date is.
Of course, Judge.
Javier Garcia.
Your Honor, good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Shannon Locke. He's busy with the trial going on in 13, but we have 3 clients set on today's docket.
Okay.
2 are family violence and 1 is criminal trial division, Your Honor.
All right. Who are your family violence clients?
Steven Sancho and Otis Toussaint.
And your criminal trial division case?
Ian Stewart.
I'm sorry, who?
Ian Stewart, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Orlando Castagnon, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to 17.
Thank you, Judge.
Catherine Valenzuela.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here on Carmelo Figueroa. It's a bond hearing.
I'll send you to 18.
And the state was.
I'm sorry, the state was what?
The state was just going to be ready for the hearing today. They were just going to get some paperwork. We had conferred yesterday.
All right. All right. Is this an agreement or not?
It's not an agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Well, just a moment. We'll take that up. Robert Ramirez.
Good morning, Your Honor, for Adrian Winters.
All right. I'll send you to number 18.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Lorraine Efron, who is your client again, please?
Your Honor, it is Joe De La Cruz.
Let me see if he is on the Zoom. Okay, I don't see him on the Zoom yet. Just give us a moment. As soon as Ms. Ferguson is out of the breakout room, we'll see what the ETA is for him.
Thank you, Judge. I'll stand by.
All right, thank you. And let me see. Mr. Robach, is
Judge,
your client in custody or on bond?
custody, Your Honor.
And what is his last name?
Last name is Perez, Mark Anthony Perez.
Perez, okay. Mark Anthony Perez, could you raise your right hand for me, please, so I can see who you are? All right, thank you. All right, is there a family violence prosecutor available to take this sentencing? Let me see, they may all be in breakout rooms, Mr. Broback.
No yelling today.
They're all in breakout rooms, Mr. Broback. As soon as they come out, we'll take your matter up.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And then Catherine Valenzuela, you're on Figueroa. And as soon as we have a prosecutor available, we'll take that matter up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Judge, I have an update on Mr. Roach's case whenever the court has a chance.
Yes, just one moment. Armando Martinez.
Good morning, Judge, again. Thank you for sending me to the breakout room, Judge. January the 28th, they did receive the application. We should have a contract within a week.
All right, then I will put you down for a reschedule for January 28th. You and your client are excused. I see that your client is a Spanish speaker, so if you can let him know he's excused, please.
I will let him know. Señor Fredis Cabrera ya está relevado, se puede salir del día de hoy, ya acabamos. Gracias. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Judge, can I see you in a breakout room?
Who's requesting me to break
It's
out?
Rebecca.
Yes, everyone, just give me a moment, please. I can meet you in breakout room number 1.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And Cal Lawrence, I'll be right back.
Norma, this is Joseph Stateson. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
On Fabian Cedillo, other counsel, Jeannie Bloomster, has she logged on yet?
Let me check. No, sir, she has not, but I know I received an email from her saying she was going to log in. Give me 1 second. Let me see where she's at.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ian Stewart, can you go to the breakout room?
Joseph, I'm going to send you a chat.
Okay.
All right, so I am back. So on Kyle Ernst.
Yes, Judge. We still want a trial date. Anything short of a dismissal, Mr. Rocha wants to go to trial.
I'll send you to breakout room. Thank you. I'll send you to breakout room number 1. And Ms. Ferguson will give you a jury trial date.
Okay.
And after you receive that jury trial date, you need to come back to the main room. And could I have Jesse Martinez Garza?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just one moment. All right, Mr. Garza, my understanding is that you're requesting that your GPS monitor be removed. Is that correct? Mr. Garza?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, and to the probation officer on this case? Who's the officer?
Officer Del Rosario.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rosario,
Yes, ma'am.
are you in agreement with having this GPS monitor removed?
No, ma'am, I'm not. He has actually been on battery violation since 12/6. I staffed it with him yesterday and told him that he needs to come into compliance with the monitoring device. So as of right now, I would not, because he hasn't been in compliance. But I would say you'd have to hold off on removing that GPS.
Okay, because, and the reason why I called it, because I received a supplemental report saying that he was in compliance. So you're saying that Mr. Garza is not in compliance?
Yes, ma'am, because I was recently assigned his case, and there was overlaps in the monitoring device emails. And I got an email stating that he was in violation on the 6th of December.
All right,
Can
so, yes.
The deal was for 2 months, till November 13th was the day I was supposed to, have this removed, or to see when it was going to be removed. So I was having to make time trying to see when I can take this monitor off. So I have been missing work, but the whole not charging my monitor, I have been gotten busy, so it's kind of hard for me just to just sit there for 2 hours, like charging it. So yeah, that's what's been going on with that.
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Garza. You have to abide by the rules of your monitor. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue with your monitor through the month of January. You need to not have any violations for that entire month of January. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I'm not saying it will be removed, but that's a starting point for you. If there are violations, then your officer will know not to file anything with me requesting for removal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the officer, I don't do removals on GPS for violent offenses unless the complainant has been notified.
Yes, ma'am.
So if the complainant has not been notified, then that's not going to happen, because I do like to have the complainant's input to see if there's any fear on the complainant's part for their safety.
I will make sure to have them notified prior to any kind of work or request.
All right. Do you need to speak with Mr. Garza, Officer Rosario, before I excuse you both?
Yes, ma'am, please.
All right, Mr. Garza, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Officer Rosario. I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 2. Make sure you follow those conditions and don't let your charge lapse. Whether or not that device is removed, a lot of it depends upon you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I've assigned you all to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge. Can we be excused afterwards?
Yes, you all can be excused from that room.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, just one moment. Cal Ernst, are you back on Mr. Rocha?
Yes, we have a trial date of February 1st, and it's my understanding that is an actual trial date.
Yes, just give me a moment. Where is Francisco Rocha?
You should be. There he is. Okay.
Here, ma'am. Here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rocha. My understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Has an offer been tendered to your client?
Yes, Your Honor, it has.
Mr. Rocha, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your jury trial date will be February 1st. You'll need to appear in court dressed for trial on February 1st at 9 a.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your jury trial date?
February 1st,
What time?
9 a.m.,
Which court?
187.
All right.
Fourth floor.
Okay, so your plea deadline date has expired. So the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you decide to enter a plea, the court will only accept a plea that's open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ernst. You and your client, Mr. Rocha, are excused.
Thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. You too. Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, Happy New Year's. I hope I haven't missed anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a good rest of your day. See you later.
All
Judge.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Morning, Judge. Could I provide an update, please?
Just one moment.
Thank you.
Al, do you have a scanner?
And if there are attorneys who need to speak with me or you finished conferring, if you will use the raise your hand, that would help me out.
Judge, how do you raise your hand? I'm so sorry. I can't find that doggone button.
Oh, no. If you go to the bottom where it says reactions,
I don't have that.
everyone has that. Look, Alex Sharp has his hand raised.
I saw
I have three hands raised.
Thank you.
yeah.
But that just helps me see everything.
I'm sorry, Judge. I found
No,
it. Thank you, Judge.
that's okay. It makes it easier to see when people are back from the breakout room. Christine McDonald, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20.
Thank you, Judge.
Because if you can imagine, I'm looking at like 100 people on the screen. And so I can't see just, oh, it's you.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're going to start with Alex Sharp. On Tejeda, what is happening?
Judge, I talked to Marcus, and we talked with Norma and set the case for trial on February the 14th.
That's Valentine's
2022.
Day.
I know.
15th,
All right.
Sorry.
It's the 15th.
Oh, it's the 15th. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, the
'cause I was
day
like,
after. Pardon me. The week of.
just give me a moment. All right. Is Mr. Tejeda with you in the office?
He's not, but he is online. I think he's under iPhone. I did call him, and
Is this
He
your
said he's
client,
not-
Mr. Tejeda?
there he is.
Mr. Tejeda, I need you to unmute for me, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you Mr. Tejeda?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, in each of these cause numbers, which is 2020 CR 2053, 2054, 2055, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, sorry, Alex and I discussed joining the cases or consolidating. Would you want to have a hearing on that, or since we're both in agreement, can we just send the
If
motion?
there's, if you all are both in agreement,
Yeah.
then just file the motion and the court will sign it. And
Okay,
just
thank-
make sure you put in there in the motion that it's an agreed motion.
Yes, Judge.
So have you received all discovery in each of the cause numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you received an offer in each of the cause numbers?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Tejeda, are
Yes,
you
Judge.
rejecting the state's offer in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, Judge.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, Judge.
All right, then in each of the cause numbers, your jury trial date will be for February 14th.
15.
Oh, sorry, February 15th. You know what? Alex Sharp threw me off. So it'll be February 15th.
Same as it ever was, Judge.
So it will be for February 15th at 9 a.m., Mr. Tejeda, and you'll need to appear in the 187th District Court on February 15th at 9 a.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa, and we are on the 4th floor, and you'll need to be dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so what date is your court date for jury trial?
February 15th, 4th floor, 187th courtroom.
And what time?
At 9 a.m.
All right, thank you. Do you need to continue to speak with Mr. Tejeda, Mr. Shore?
Not on Zoom, Judge. We'll talk off Zoom.
All right, Mr. Tejeda, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you. You too. All right, who's your next client?
I also have, excuse me, Roberto Espinoza family violence case.
Judge, I believe that's mine.
Okay, just give me 1 second. What is happening with that case? And is it indicted?
They're indicted. It's actually 2 cases. I didn't see him on the docket today, though.
Yes, the last time we were here in mid-November, Judge had allowed us to substitute in for the prior attorney. And from what I remember, Judge, you had indicated that we needed to come back today on the 15th to make sure that we had received all the discovery.
Just one moment. What is your client's Roberto Espinoza SID number, please?
Oh, let me check real quick.
Here, I have that. It's 174133.
All right, to the clerks, could I have the file on Roberto Espinoza? His SID number is 174133, please. Thank you. Just give me a moment. Let me get back to your client in 1 second, Mr. Shar.
Certainly, Judge.
Thank you. Joseph Stateson?
Hello, Judge.
Yes.
So for Albert Cota Gonzalez, I can announce, but no announcement for Fabian Cedillo because I'm waiting for Jeannie Bloomster to finish her in person on the 379th.
Okay. And how do you
And-
spell your client's last name?
Cota Gonzalez, all
All right.
together.
What is the announcement on that?
Technically, reject the plea offer, which he technically did November 18th on the record. He would not entertain or help negotiate a counter proposed offer. So
All right, and where is your client?
Breakout room 6 inmate. And he had also asked time to hire new counsel last time. So.
All right, let me get him to the main session. So while we're waiting for him to come back to the main session, Mr. Sharp on Roberto Espinoza. I have
Yes,
the
ma'am.
files.
Okay.
So what is the issue with the discovery? Have you received the discovery?
Yes. And lots of it.
So is that all of the discovery?
Well, I also need to get prior counsel's file. And so we're working on that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Espinoza, the cause numbers are 2020 CR 4378 and 2020 CR 4377. Can I have a 30-day reset for that, please? And just set it as discovery. All right, we're going to come back on your case on January 28th at 9 a.m.
All right, Judge, thank you. And
Thank you.
may you be excused?
Yes.
All right, happy holidays. And
All
have a
right, happy
wonderful-
holidays to you too. I think that covers everything, hopefully.
Yes, and have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Judge. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Judge, when you get a chance, could you put inmate Luis Moreno in a breakout room with Julie Pollock?
Sure, just give me one moment. Everyone,
Thank
just give me a second. I've had a slight spill. And I'm sorry, who did you want in breakout room number 8, please? Or number 9?
I'm gonna go.
Judge, he wanted inmate Luis Moreno.
All right, Miss Moreno, Mr. Moreno, can you go to number 8, please? It should pop up on your screen and that'll help you to be able to move there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. And then Mr. Stetson on,
Albert Cota Gonzalez.
yes, let me see if he's moved out of the breakout room. All right, Mr. Cota Gonzalez, can you unmute for me, please?
There you go.
Yes, are you hiring an attorney?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Well, then you need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Well, can I put in a motion for to request a specific state appointed?
No, that means that you want to hire an attorney. Here's the deal, Mr. Cota Gonzalez. I've been a defense attorney. I've been a prosecutor.
Yes.
Let
Your
me just tell you from my personal experience in both of those positions. The state will tender an offer to a defense attorney.
Yes.
Ethically, that defense attorney must tender that offer to you. And in this courtroom, I require that the state make an offer, and I require that that offer be tendered to the defendant or the person who's accused of the offense. Now, when the state tenders an offer, you can think that offer is ridiculous. The state can think it's ridiculous. Everybody can think it's an outrageous offer. But once that offer is tendered to you, you can do one or two things. You can say, nope, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting any offer. I want a jury trial. Or you can tell your attorney, look, I'm not accepting this offer, but this is an offer I will consider, which will be called a counter offer. But your attorney cannot force the state to offer what you want. In my personal experience, sometimes clients would say, I want a dismissal. That's fine. Sometimes they would say, I want probation. That's fine. Everyone can want what they want, and the state can offer what they offer, and your attorney can go to the state with those offers. But one thing I can tell you, it's not going to happen, is your counsel cannot read your mind. Your counsel cannot see in the future. I mean, we can try, but I guarantee you, if your counsel could see in the future, a lot of people would be going to him to ask for the lottery numbers. But he can't see in the future, can't predict the future. So if you want to continue to confer with the state through your attorney, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want an attorney of your own choosing, that means that you need to hire an attorney of your own choosing. But the way the system works here in Bexar County is there is a will of attorneys. An attorney who is on the will to do first-degree felonies, then they may get some first-degree felony cases. If an attorney is not on the will or has not been deemed qualified to be on a first-degree felony will, they won't be on the first-degree felony will. So Mr. Stateson is here to discuss the case with you, and you can discuss it with him or not. But whether you discuss it with him or not, you're an adult, you're not a child. You're going to find yourself in a jury trial having never discussed your case with your attorney, because this case is going to move forward. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm going to give you a chance to speak with Mr. Stetson, and you will speak with him. And one of the other things that I didn't say on this Zoom screen, because I didn't think it needed to be said, in the 187th, I require that everyone treat everyone with respect. It just makes the day so much easier and brighter for everyone. So I don't care if you're a defense attorney. I don't care if you dig dishes. I don't care what you do. Everyone here is treated with respect. I treat everyone with respect. I require that they treat me with respect. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room to speak with your attorney concerning this. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stateson,
Yes, Judge.
I'll send you to speak with your client,
Yes, Judge.
and I'll send you to breakout room number 7. If he wants a jury trial, of course, Mr. Stateson, we will be sure to give him one. So Mr. Stateson, you're in number 6. I'm going to move you to number 3 because it makes it easier for your client to see that.
I'm clicking join.
All right. And Will Brooks, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
And then Norma, could you help? Marino hasn't joined breakout room number 8. Could you have someone help him join that room, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Bloomster, who do you have?
I have just Fabian Cedillo.
She's waiting for Joseph Staten, Judge. If you can put Joseph in there with her as well.
All right. As soon as Joseph finished speaking to his client, I'll send you to that breakout room.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. All right. Michael Gross on Rudolph Montoya.
Good morning, Judge. There was 2 subpoenas that I sent out, Your Honor, to a counselor and to a pediatrician for the complainant. The counselor retained Joe Loyacano, who's on here, just to make sure the counselor was covered under HIPAA. Joe Loyacano and I and the prosecutors, Michelle Hayden and Caitlin Wilkes, talked in the breakout this morning. I'm going to put together a proposed protective order that covers Joe Loyacano and his client, who's the counselor, protects the court, protects the prosecutors. And then I anticipate either today or tomorrow filing with the court the protective order for the counselor's records. Additionally, Your Honor, there are some other discovery matters still outstanding, just because they're logistically difficult to get through, like Facebook records and phone records. So all the parties are respectfully requesting a 30-day reset for discovery status so we can square away the protective order and try to finish up the discovery, Your Honor.
Okay. So Ms. Ferguson on Montoya, let's recall this in 30 days. For discovery.
I'm sorry, Judge, I was on the phone. You said for 30 days?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Gross, I'm noting that this case says 2019, but I'm sure this is a case that wasn't really filed until later. Is that correct?
That's exactly right, Judge. Unfortunately, it was a fugitive status only because Mr. Montoya was living in Houston and working there, where he had been for some time. And we were surprised that the indictment came down. We just had no idea, Judge. You're exactly right, Your Honor. It was pending for about a year before we even knew about it.
Okay, because as you know, I don't like cases to sit around because then weird things happen.
Absolutely, Judge. And you know I try to move them as quickly as I can.
All right, so we're going to come back on January 28th. So Mr. Gross, you will have the protective order sent to all parties to sign. And
Yes,
then
sir.
we'll be back here to get an update on Facebook discovery.
And you would like a signature block on the protective order, Your Honor, for the counselor's attorney, the prosecutor, and me both, all three, right?
Yes, and if you all could send that to me by Adobe Sign, that would make for easier for me to sign it, because you, as you know, the holidays are upon us.
Will do, Judge. Absolutely. Thank
Yes,
you.
Your Honor. And Your Honor, just as I explained to Mr. Gross, of course, I appreciate him working with me and with my client in connection with the protection afforded to the records. Of course, I'll have to get her to bless the protective order as well. So hopefully we will reach an agreement, but I just want to make sure I can't agree on her behalf, but I will certainly discuss it with her.
All right. And how do you pronounce your last name?
It's pronounced Loyacano, Judge. It's, if you look at it hard enough and squint your eyes, you might kind of see it. Loyacano.
Okay, Loyacano. All right. And his name is one of the few names that have followed through with what I learned in kindergarten, Brenda, which is when two vowels go walking. The first one's supposed to be do the talking. The rest of them are supposed to be quiet. But now I'm getting where every vowel is talking. All right. Well, you all are excused. Have a
Thanks,
great
Judge.
rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Happy
You too.
holidays, Judge. Good to see
All right.
everyone.
Happy holidays to you guys too.
Take care.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Cornelius Cox on La Prentice County.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the state is gonna withdraw the MTR, and they're going to modify his conditions.
All right. Thank you. Well, you and your client are excused.
Okay, thank you. I think he's signing
Excuse me. Oh,
something
just one
with
second.
probation.
He hasn't signed anything. I'm having difficulty connecting to my Adobe to send it to him. Or
Yeah,
to even meet with him.
yeah, Judge, something's wrong with the Adobe. I'm trying to reset as well. So something's going on.
All right. So, Mr. Cox, you can then be excused, but your
Yeah,
client
and he'll
needs to
stay.
remain.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Okay, and I appreciate you saying that we should respect everyone. I appreciate. I always feel I should get a CLE every time I come here, Judge.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you. I feel renewed.
oh, thank you so much. Hey, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Broback, I'm looking for your client.
In detention, Judge, he should be there.
All right, where is Mark Anthony Pettis?
He's
Right here.
L14, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, who is the prosecutor on this case? It's family violence. It's for sentencing.
I can stand in, Judge.
Thank you.
What's the client?
It's Mark Anthony Pettis. This is the no face, no case person.
Oh, understood.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 9017W State versus Mark Anthony Pettis. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
for the defense?
Or Brawbach?
All right, and are you Mr. Pettis?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense? I'm sorry, Mr. Broback, any objections?
Oh, Your Honor, no objection.
All right, and the court will note that this plea was taken by video as well. Mr. Pettis, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right, so the court was prepared to go forth with sentencing. We were here on November 8th, but the defendant was saying that if there is no face, then there can be no case. Did you address that issue with your client, Mr. Broback?
Your Honor, I've talked to my client and the family. And I confirm again, he has no felony convictions. He has good family support. His family need him at home. And I think if you give him probation, he'll follow the rules. He understands what he needs to do. He's a contractor, and he needs an anger management course, and he needs community service. Suggested the Salvation Army.
All right, so what is this no face, no case, Mr. Pettis? Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand.
Thank you. It's just something I heard in here. I apologize for that, ma'am. They had told me that while I was in here.
No. Don't make any excuses. See, your apology that you gave is really a non-apology. You're trying to blame someone else for what you said and what you did. And it's not just something you heard in there. There's a reason why you said it. Because you know what? I don't have to follow this agreement. What I can do is I can actually not follow this agreement and then put you on the jury trial list.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. It was my fault. I said that, ma'am, and it came out. I shouldn't have said what I had said, ma'am.
How many children do you have?
I have no children, ma'am. I take care of my mother. I really take care of my mother. She has had 2 strokes in the past. She has memory loss. She forgets a lot of stuff. So she does need me, ma'am. I just really want to go home and take care of my mother. So,
All right, to the state, I see that you haven't had contact with the complainant. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, the state is silent on your application for community supervision. State, can you tell me cause number 661548? Is that someone different or is that the same person in that case as well, the same complainant?
Let me ask, Your Honor. One moment.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the complainant on the misdemeanor case is a Felicita Villa Gomez. So it's
All
the
right.
same.
All right, thank you so much. All right, this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to give you a choice, Mr. Perez. I can send you to prison and I'll send you to prison for 3 years, or either I will give you deferred adjudication for a total of 6 years. Which would you prefer?
I'll take the 6 years, ma'am.
So there's going to be a $1,500 fine that will be probated. 6 years deferred adjudication. I'm going to want GPS partial. Defendant is allowed to work. Waive GPS fees or place on indigent status. State will take in consideration the following cause number 661548, JN number 2039229, NIGHTMAG number 626139. There's to be no contact with Felicita, Felicita Villa Gomez. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. The BIPP course. There should be regular Zoom reporting or in person. Field visits 3 times per month, random. proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. So that means you are not your mom's health care provider. If the
Yes, ma'am.
government is paying her to have somebody take care of her and it's you, you're not allowed to do that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And there's to be random UAs. Rebecca, is there anything else that's needed?
With the PSI, there was a MH evaluation and they have a Tacoma set for December 28th. That's in custody. So is he to remain in custody for that or will he?
Yes, big mouth evaluation while in custody. And what we will do to make sure that you've been released, Ms. Ferguson, if we can reset this for the first day in January to just make sure everything is done. It should be done before then, Mr. Perez. All right, so we're going to come back on January 4th. That January 4th date will not be, I guess it can be in the system, Norma. That won't stop anything if it's in the system, will it?
It might, Judge, but
All right, so-
I won't set it in the system.
All right, so the January 4th date won't be set in the system, but we do have it on our docket as for January 4th. The reason why it's not set in the system is because if we set it in the system, different programs will see that you have a case setting pending and they won't proceed. All right, Mr. Pettis, is there, I'm sorry, Rebecca, is there anything else?
I did reach out to the counselor and they said if he is released, they can do it on December 20th.
Okay. All right, then what we'll do is we'll release you. But here's the thing, if you miss any of those appointments, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we'll have him released then. Is there anything else you need from me in order to be successful on this deferred adjudication? Mr. Perez.
No, ma'am.
Showing you what's
Understand.
entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Also, because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Perez, I can't order people to not be in relationships, but you definitely should not be in a relationship until you complete the IPP course. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do understand, and I agree.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1. And
Merry
probation,
Christmas.
well, Merry Christmas to you too. And probation will meet you there.
Yes, ma'am,
Judge,
thank you.
to-
Drawback, you can go there or you can be excused.
Yes, ma'am, Judge, to clarify, do we need to return on January 4th?
No,
Okay, okay. Have a good holidays, Judge.
thank you, you too.
Judge, can you also send Mr. County, LaPrentice County in that room number 1 so I can do the withdrawal and the amended?
All right, how is he listed on the screen?
I'm not sure that was Mr. Cornelius Cox's. And he said he
LaPrentice
was on.
County? LaPrentice County, where are you? All right.
Your Honor, he's listed under iPhone and he's in breakout room. Well, I just saw him in breakout room.
Okay, if you're able to see him, if you could send him there. Ms. Ferguson, if we can get Mr. Cox to get his client back on, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Catherine Valenzuela, we have Carmelo Figueroa.
Yes, Your Honor.
And who is the prosecutor on this case?
Meredith.
That was me, Judge. I'm about to be emailing you, Ms. Valenzuela, and Brenna my exhibits.
All right, thank you. Is there any attorney who's ready while that's being done?
Judge, I need to provide an update.
Sorry, what's your name?
Albert Acevedo.
Very good. No problem. Jacob does, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you hired an attorney?
No, sir. I'm going to need
Just 1 second.
an attorney to represent me. State attorney. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You need to apply and see if you
My
qualify.
computer is doing a little bit crazy things for me right now. All right, yes. Just 1 second. Rusty Geyer, who do you have?
That would be James Madrone, Your Honor. We're here just to confirm that we would like a jury trial,
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
criminal trial division.
All right, have you spoken with a prosecutor lately or no?
It was the last time we were here, Your Honor. We received an offer and it was rejected.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to 3 to give them a jury trial date, please. All right, Alberto Acevedo.
Yes, Judge, I need to provide an update on Marla Garrison.
Yes.
Ms. Garrison would like to remain on the trial docket. She should be on the Zoom.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. If you'll go there, Ms. Ferguson will give you a trial date and you'll need to come back into the main room.
Okay.
And let me find your breakout room. All right, Will Brooks.
Hi, Judge. On
Yes.
Mr. Matthew Luna, we have an agreement to modify the terms of his bond, and Michelle is going to email you shortly.
Judge, I sent that. We're in agreement. We just want documentation for the counseling.
All right, thank you. Then the court will sign that as soon as I get a printout. My printer doesn't work, so the clerks are printing that out.
Thank you, Judge. One question I have for the court, I put, essentially, we're asking for him to be able to go to an educational program, and I put the hours of the classes, but I presume pretrial services will give him enough time to drive to the program itself, or do I need to ask for a little bit more?
No, they will give him a chance to do that. And what will end up happening, if you will let me know how much time that takes, then the court will add an additional, but usually they give them an hour beforehand.
Perfect.
And an hour after.
That works perfectly, Judge.
All right, thank you. Then you are excused as soon as I get the printout from the clerks. Clerks, could you print out that sheet for me, please? Thank you.
Judge, I'm just waiting. Julie Pollock, I'm
All right,
waiting.
just 1 second, please. All right, Mr. Brooks, you and your client are excused if you have nothing else with us.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Orlando Castagnone and Roland Davis.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with Marcus Sanders. And we have a date, I want to say it's January 25th for trial.
I'm sorry, could you speak up for me?
Yes, Judge. January 25th.
Is the jury trial date?
Yes, Judge.
All right, is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery?
We have, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
Quite some time ago, Judge.
All right, Mr. Davis, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your jury trial date will be, thank you. Your jury trial date will be on January 25th at 9 a.m. You'll need to appear in court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. We are on the 4th floor and you'll need to be here on January 25th at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your court date?
January 24th, 9 a.m.
No, January 25th at 9 a.m.
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. January 25th at 9 a.m.
All right, and where is the court located?
4th floor, 300 De La Rosa.
All right, we will see you then. Mr. Castellon, if you have nothing else with us, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. I was going to talk to Tom, but it's on an off-docket matter for modified bond, to motion to modify bond. I don't know if I need to get it set for sometime next week. Or...
You need to speak with Mr. Nesbitt about that and see if they
He's
wish to
opposed.
proceed on it yet.
He is opposed to it. We did speak.
All right, well, you can see if they're able to take it today.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Joseph Stateson?
Yes, Judge. I finished speaking with Albert Cota Gonzalez. I'm ready to re-announce.
Yes.
We had a very good conversation. We're going to try to arrange to do a video share jail visit virtual. I think the jail allows it now. Previously, we had shown him, well, let him hear the audio of the body camera. He wants to actually see it. It may change his decision on a plea offer.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Cota Gonzalez. Can you reset that for the first week in January? Is that enough time for you, Mr. Stateson?
I believe so, Your Honor. We'll make it happen.
All right, and Mr. Stateson, if there's an issue with showing a video, just let the court know and I can always make arrangements for you to accomplish that here in the courtroom.
Thank you, Judge, very much. And on a different case, I'm still here on Fabian Cedillo waiting to confer with Jeannie Bloomster.
Okay, just give me one moment.
All right,
All right, so on this case, we're going to come back on January 4th.
January 4th? Got
Yes.
it.
All right, Norma, you can let them know that Mr. Cota Gonzalez can go back.
Yes, sir.
And then Ms. Bloomster. Ms. Bloomster. And Norma, can you see if we can get Jeannie Bloomster back, please, so she can go into a breakout room with Mr. Stateson?
I believe Norma had mentioned Jeannie may be in person in the 379th. I'll stay on Zoom however long you need me, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to take up the matter on Figueroa. You've been waiting patiently for us, Miss Valenzuela. Thank you very much. So everyone, put some patience in your pocket. We will get to you. And let me find your client, Figueroa. And everyone, if you could please make sure you're on mute if you're not a part of this hearing. Court is going to call 2021 CR 8903, State of Texas versus Carmelo Figueroa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Catherine Valenzuela. Your Honor, there's also 2021 CR 8904.
Thank you. All right, and are you Carmelo Figueroa?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're proceeding on both cause numbers 2021 CR 8903 and 8904. We are actually here for an application seeking a bail reduction. The court only has a copy for 8903, but is it for both cause numbers, Ms. Valenzuela?
I filed one last night to reflect the new cause numbers. I mean, the additional case.
All right, and to the clerks, could I have the motion for a bond reduction in 8093 as well, please? All right, are you Mr. Figueroa?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Figueroa, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video on each of these cause numbers? Mr. Figueroa, do you have any objections? Then in each of the cause numbers, the defense has filed a motion seeking a bond reduction or bail reduction. State, have you had a chance to review both motions and are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your
Honor. Is there an agreement or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Your Honor, I'd call Mr. Figueroa.
Mr. Figueroa, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Carmelo Figueroa.
All right, defense.
Mr. Figueroa, do you know the date that you've been in, since you've been in custody?
I dated the 20, July 20.
And during that time period, have you attempted to make bond in these cases?
Well, I did file myself a PR bond through the library, and I submitted through process.
Okay, but you have been unable to physically pay a bond.
That's correct. That's correct.
And Mr. Figueroa, on this instant, and these two cases are out of the same date, correct?
That's correct.
And during that time period, would it be, how was your mental state at that time?
Well, I was kind of distressed because there was accusing me of something that I didn't do. And I was, after the incident, we met with the manager of the complex, with the young guy, and he still claimed that I broke his part of the door, which it wasn't.
Okay, and then we're really here just on your bond, on bail. And did he, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone there. Do you have caregivers or siblings who help take care of you?
Yes, ma'am. I have my sister and my brother.
And you received some assistance, correct?
Yes, from him.
A financial assistance, I'm sorry. And are you aware that combined your bonds are total would be, well, one is 15,000 for the assault. And then on the attempt to take a weapon, that's an $8,000 bond. Were you aware of that?
That's correct.
Do you believe that if these bonds were lowered or you were granted a PR bond, you would be able to, okay, you're asking, I understand that you have asked the court for a PR bond, but if these bond amounts were lowered, do you believe that your family would have the resources to help you pay for them?
Well, they have been helping me pay my apartment, so I won't lose my living space. So I don't think they're enough. I mean, I wish they can help me, but they have their own bills and things to pay. So I'm not sure that that's the case. I have to do it on my own.
Right, but you understand a reduction would help, or could make it easier for them to pay?
Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it. I'm sure I cannot afford it because I don't know the financial situation at this moment. I've been out for 5 months almost already. And I know it's an extra burning for them to be paying my bills.
And Mr. Figueroa, how long have you lived in San Antonio?
It's going to be about a year already.
And that's because family is here?
Yes. My
Okay.
brother and my sister, my nephews.
And when we talked about caregivers, you also have various, and you don't have to state them all, but you have various mental and medical conditions, correct?
That's correct.
And you have to see specialists in both areas.
That's correct.
And it would be, and if you don't treat these conditions, your mental or your medical health could deteriorate.
That's correct.
And I pass the witness, Your Honor, right now.
State.
Judge, I just have one question for Mr. Figueroa. Should you be released, is your plan to go back to the same apartment complex where all these violent incidences happened on Blanco Road?
I will go there, but I wasn't all violence.
So just a yes or no, sir, is your plan, if you were released, to go back to the same apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No other questions, Judge.
All right, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, State.
Your Honor, the state has 4 different exhibits that we have emailed both defense as well as Your Honor and the court reporter. So state would like to introduce state's exhibits 1 through 4, a copy of the report, as well as pictures of the weapons seized.
All right, any objections to state's exhibits 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Well, Your Honor, and I guess there will be an objection to the pink knife in that there is pictures in discovery of its sheath, and that's how it was. There's a sheath, I believe, in the corner, but this is not the photo of it's a photo of it unsheathed, but it's not the photo of, if we go into the police report, I mean, there are a bunch of, but it's not how it was encountered. In addition, regarding exhibit, and I don't know if Your Honor seen them while I'm explaining all this, but exhibit 3, it's assumed with the rebel bat that was found inside the apartment. This incident is alleged to have occurred outside the apartment. So in regards to these offenses, I don't believe that they're that relevant. I guess I don't know if that's a legal term, but they're not. They're kind of adjacent, but they're not.
And Judge, if you would like a response on relevancy.
All right, states, this is a motion for a bond reduction. Rules of evidence don't apply.
Right, correct.
So states exhibits 1, 2, 3, and 4 are admitted into evidence. Any other evidence from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any other evidence from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the state is reviewing states exhibits 1 through 4. And the state's exhibits that the court is reviewing now is the one involving the pink knife. And the court will note for the record that the pink knife has the sheath or the covering of the knife to the right of it in the exhibit. Okay. All right, the court will hear argument from both sides. Defense, it's your motion. You may begin.
Your Honor, Mr. Figueroa has been in custody since July 20th. They are not able, at this amount set, to make bond. There's been no evidence that Mr. Figueroa has a criminal history, that he would be a flight risk. And so we are asking that this court do a substantial reduction in the bond so that Mr. Figueroa can receive treatment and also can, if he so chooses, be able to assist in his defense greater in a much more thorough format than what's going on with the jail.
All right, State.
Judge, given the nature of the offense and the facts surrounding that you can see in State's Exhibit 1, we feel like a PR bond is inappropriate for this case, given that not only did he get into an altercation with the police officer, but he also was threatening a 14-year-old with a bat and banging down his neighbor's door. We feel like the bond amounts that have been set in these cases are appropriate. Should Your Honor feel like lowering the bond, we would ask for full house arrest, be a condition of bond. I'm also concerned about the fact that he would be going back to the same apartment complex where all of this happened. But either way, we ask you deny her motion.
All right, defense, it's your motion. I'll let you have final argument.
Your Honor, there are caregivers in place. We believe that I understand it. I understand the state's hesitancy, and especially when Mr. Figueroa has said that he will go to that, go back to the location. It is my understanding that they have discussed this with the apartment complex and they're still paying rent on it. And so it's still a viable option. If the court so chooses to have an additional mechanism to monitor Mr. Figueroa, that is understandable. And it would be something that would allow him, if it was granted to allow him, and I know that that's part of condition to go to medical appointments and to psychiatric appointments and to be able to meet with his attorney. That's what we're asking for, Your Honor.
All right, so this is the court's concern. I understand the issue of mental health issues. My background is in that subject a lot, and I understand that the jail is not a place for mental health issues to be addressed. But at the same time, the court must make sure that the community is protected. I don't know if the complainant or one of the complainants, the 14-year-old is still in that apartment complex or the other people are there. Mr. Figueroa, I'm not taking any of this as true because your attorney has not had a chance to question witnesses who may come and give testimony against you. But because of the nature of this hearing, the court is allowed to accept hearsay information. So I've reviewed that. So I'm concerned about the protection of the community, plus concern about your mental health issues. So this is what the court is going to do. In 2021 CR 8904, the court will grant your motion to reduce bond. I'm not going to grant a PR bond in either of these cases because these are violent offenses. So I'll reduce your bond in that case to $12,000. There's to be full GPS. The only exception to that GPS is you will be allowed to attend all medical appointments that you have. There's to be no contact with 12301 Blanco Road. Ms. Valenzuela, if you want that no contact order lifted, then it would help the court make that decision if one, somebody brings the complainant to say they have no issue with Mr. Figueroa returning to that location, or those persons no longer live at that location, or the landlord has no objection to Mr. Figueroa remaining there. And cause number 2021 CR 8903, the bond reduction in that cause number will be denied. Again, there will be full GPS, waive the fees, no contact with 12301 Blanco Road, and the defendant is allowed to attend all medical appointments. And Mr. Figueroa, if there are no issues with you on GPS, then the court will, of course, reconsider the GPS condition. And Ms. Valenzuela, if your client is still not able to make bond at those bond amounts, then the court will always be able to reconsider the motions. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a reset date for Mr. Figueroa? If we can reset this in late January, so that way we can know if he's made bond or not.
Your Honor, I received a notice yesterday for February 7th.
All right, we can try to move that before that date.
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a different case, Your Honor.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
I also said there's not a February 7th date.
All right, so we're gonna move your hearing, and you're gonna come back on January 27th, and we'll see where we are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Valenzuela. You and your client are excused. All right, Norma, can you let them know Figueroa can go back, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, attorneys, if you want to be heard or you're ready to be heard, you'll need to show your video so that I can add you to the screen.
Judge, this is Rusty Geyer, Judge. Ms. Ferguson gave us a date of February the 8th for a trial.
Just one moment. All right, John Madrone.
James Madrone, yes.
Just one moment. All right, Mr. Geyer, and each of these cause numbers, have you received all the discovery?
To the best of my knowledge, Your Honor, yes.
Did the state tender an offer?
They did.
Mr. Madrone, can you unmute for me, please? I guess he's getting his hair ready, camera ready. I don't know what's going on. Did you receive an offer from the state? You need to speak up.
Yes.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, what date were you given, Mr. Geyer?
February the 8th.
All right, Mr. Madrone, your jury trial is going to take place on February 8th at 9 a.m. You need to be in the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, and you need to be here at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
Your plea deadline date in these cases has expired, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. The court will only accept pleas open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, a jury will be waiting for you on that date. You and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Morning, Judge. This is Albert Chidas.
Yes, one moment. Alberto Acevedo.
Yes, Judge, I'm back from the breakout room with, for Marla Garrison, and we received a trial date.
Just one moment. All right. Ms. Garrison? You're not
Yes,
dressed
ma'am.
appropriately. You're not dressed appropriately for trial. No one wants to see your bra. You need to put on some clothes. We're going to take up your client as soon as she's appropriately dressed. And her Zoom privileges are going to be revoked.
Judge, can I step out? I have multiple settings that I'm late for and come back at 11:30 if possible.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, Roberto Ramirez.
Morning, Your Honor. We've conferred with the state and I've talked with my client, and the court had given him this time to see about hiring an attorney, and I had a discussion with him about that. My understanding is that he still wants to do that, and failing that, but has been unable to because he hasn't been able to get out on bond due to communication issues he has with his mother, who's helping to coordinate with that on the outside, and he's had some recent medical issues concerning migraines and needing glasses, and that kind of slowed it down for him. But failing that, Your Honor, I'd ask that you appoint another attorney to represent him that's higher up on the wheel, given his the enhancement, and asking to renew the motion.
All right, so with regards to the enhancement, you are not on that felony level, Mr. Ramirez?
No, Your Honor. And I've explained that to my client, and then in fairness to him, he should receive, representation of somebody that's taken on those kind of cases.
All right, no problem. Norma, can you have Mr. I need Mr.
Adrian Winters.
Winters out of the breakout room?
What seat number is he in, Judge?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Your Honor.
Mr. Winters, we're going to appoint you a new attorney.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Ramirez, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Norma, I need an attorney for Mr. Winters, 16.
God bless you, Adrian.
Yes, sir. You too, brother. Thank you.
If you can see who else is on the list, please. And we'll have an attorney appointed to you before you leave. All right, Julie Pollock.
Judge, I'm just waiting to confer with my client. Initially, I was put in with a Mike Moreno. Then you put me in breakout room 8. No one has joined me there.
All right, so Moreno 14P is not the Moreno that you're looking for.
My client is Louis Moreno.
All right, Louis Moreno, can you raise your hand? All right, he is now here. So I'm going to see Ms. Pollock. If you'll go back to, if you go to number 6, and I will send the correct Moreno. Let me see, there he is. Mr. Moreno, if you'll go to 6 to speak with your attorney, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Albert Chares.
Yes, Judge. We've conferred. We have a plea of true ready for the court.
All right, have you filled out your paperwork?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, which case is that?
That is on Justin Rodriguez, case number 2021 CR 4790.
All right, the court does not have the paperwork. So just give me a moment and we will take that up as soon as the clerks give me the paperwork. Has your client signed?
He has, Your Honor.
All right, as soon as the court has the paperwork, we will do that.
Check, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Toshi, Mary Diaz.
Hey, Judge, I was able to chat with Ms. Hayden. I'm asking the court to extend our deadline, perhaps 30 to 45 days. There have been some movement on offers. And I think one thing Ms. Hayden would like to do is go back to her family. We've made a counter proposal. And I think what might even happen from there is a counter proposal from that dialogue, if you're tracking what I'm saying. And so if you could extend our deadline, that's what I'm asking for.
All right, Ms. Hayden, are you there? Michelle Hayden? All right, did she tell you when she would anticipate speaking to the complainant?
I did not receive a timeline at all. No, ma'am.
All right, Norma, on Ms. Diaz, can you reset this mid-January? We'll see where we are.
Yes.
Norma, I'm sending you a chat.
Judge, are we excused?
No, just one moment. I have to give you a
Oh,
reset
I'm
date.
sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're going to come back on January 14th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes, Luca.
You all are not on mute. All right, yes, Christine McDonald.
Good morning, Judge. We need a trial date for Rodney Ferguson. He's requesting a trial setting.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson will meet you there to give you a jury trial date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I approach? This is Javier
Just one
Garcia.
moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Joseph Stateson.
Hello, Judge. Jeannie Bloomster and I finished conferring with Marcus and with Fabian Cedillo. We're ready to announce.
All right, what is the announcement?
On Fabian Cedillo, Marcus had tendered an offer. We had conveyed it to the client. It looks like it's going to be a package deal, but before something is going to be truly considered, Mr. Cedillo wants to view all the evidence before him, and he posted bond on every single case. As of 2 days ago, there is a GPS that was required on one of the cases, and I think that there's a hold verifying his address before they release him, but he should be released from jail soon. He wants to make appointments to come to our offices to review the evidence, but we got an offer today, just time to convey it, time to review the evidence with him.
All right, we're going to recall this for January 14th. Okay.
All right, thank you, Judge. May Ms. Bloomster and I, Mr. Cedillo, be excused?
Yes, Mr. Cedillo, you know you need to come. If you're released, you will need to appear by video.
Yes, ma'am.
On January 14th. January 14th, because this case has been going on for a while, that will give you a chance to consider the state's plea. And then on that date, I'm going to give you your plea deadline date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you both are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Mr. Garcia.
Your Honor, I conferred with all of Mr. Locke's 3 clients this morning. 1 is going to result in a plea. 2 are going to result in a trial setting, Your Honor.
All right, and who is pleading?
Mr. Ian Stewart, and I believe Mr. Locke has signed his end of the paperwork, and so has Mr. Stewart, but I still need to review one last time with the recorded admonishments.
All right, so let's do this. Let's take care of your plea first, and then I'll take care of the other matters.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Justin Fox, where's Justin Fox?
Good morning, Judge. This is Megan from his office. He's tied up in an in-person plea in Atascosa, and he asked if you would be able to recall this case for this afternoon.
All right, just one moment. And that is on Deshonda McAfee.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you this afternoon at 2:30.
2:30? Yes, Judge. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other attorneys ready?
I have a date, Judge, for Rodney Ferguson.
All right, and then after we do that date, then we'll take up Justin Rodriguez. All right, where is Mr. Ferguson?
He's in custody, Judge.
All right. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, we have.
Was an offer tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ferguson, could you unmute yourself for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, what is the date for the jury trial?
February 22nd, Judge.
You say February 22nd?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, your jury trial date will be February 22nd at 9 a.m. If you are in custody, you will be brought over from the jail dressed for trial. The clothing that you will be placed in is the clothing that you actually have at the Bexar County Jail. So if there is different clothing that you wish to appear in, you'll need to make arrangements for that with your attorney. Defense, if there is any issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know and we'll see what we can do. If you are released from bond, you'll need to appear in court at 9 a.m. on February 22nd. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa, 187 District Court, 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when is your court date?
February 22nd,
What time?
9 a.m.
All right, thank you. And
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
And Norma, 16B can go back. Julie Pollock.
Judge, I've conferred with my client. I believe he wants to take the deal that was offered by Tom Nesbitt.
Okay. I will put you in a breakout room with your client. Well, if you'll go to breakout room number 5, please, and they'll get the paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah. Julie, before you go, could you send me your email address in the chat box, please?
Okay, I was looking for you to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where's your client, Mr. Charis?
He is in custody, Your Honor.
How's he listed?
I believe Rodriguez. I don't think they put Justin.
Okay. Who's the prosecutor on Justin Rodriguez, please?
It's Ray Garcia, or sorry, Joe Ray Garcia.
Yes, Judge.
right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4790, State of Texas versus Justin Ray Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Albert Chidas.
Proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Justin Ray Rodriguez that was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 4790 for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on August 6, 2021 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State.
Violating condition number 1 on or about the 22nd day of September 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Justin Ray Rodriguez, committed the offense of burglary with intent to commit assault in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 1 on or about the 29th day of September 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Justin Ray Rodriguez, committed the offense of evade arrest or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State waives the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you understand by pleading true to violations of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 3 years in prison and to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 1 and 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 1 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is for revocation. We're also taking into consideration CM number 90932 and county court number 670613.
Excuse me, just one moment. All right, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that number again?
Yes, Judge. The county court number is 670613.
And what was the CM number?
It was 90932.
Defense, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, are you requesting that the court follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will follow the agreement, grant the motion, sentence you. I'm sorry, how much time did you sentence him, want the sentence to be, please?
The underlying sentence, 3 years, Your Honor.
All right. And are you in agreement to the 3-year underlying?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, sentence you to 3 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There is an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with Jasmine Hernandez. Dynasty, Dynastie, Valderas. Taking consideration CM number 90932, County Court Cause number 670613. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can close the record. Mr. Rodriguez, you did not perform very well on probation. You were given your chance. I hope you decide to change your ways. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in and out of prison. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
I'm
Number
excused.
14-0 can go back.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes. Who are the parties on Ian Stewart? Ian Stewart.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, there's an issue with the paperwork that they're working on.
Okay. Anyone else ready to proceed?
Judge, this is Robert Mauer. I need to announce for you. Or on two, I have two cases on your docket.
Okay, what are your two cases?
One is Andres Adami. He's already rejected the plea bargain offer. We're just waiting for a trial date.
Okay, and then who else?
Philip Mosier, and we've conferred, and I think that's going to be a trial as well. I need to confer with somebody about some medical records, I think, in a video.
All right, Philip Moser, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
Should be family violence, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to do.
I'm sorry, CTD.
CTD. So what
Yeah,
I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 first to confer with Ms. Ferguson over jury trial date for Mr. Adami. And then I'll send you to a breakout room to confer with the state over discovery.
All right, thank you.
So I'll send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to number 1 for a jury trial date for Mr. Maurer, please. Ms. Pollock.
Judge, I'm trying to chat with Mr. Nesbitt regarding my email address. I don't see him on here.
Let me see. I tell you what, can you chat me your email address and I'll make sure it's delivered to the person.
Sure. And then what do I do in the breakout room? Just wait until I get paperwork?
Yes, they'll be sending you paperwork.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay,
I sent it, Judge.
Thank you. I'll make sure that they get this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Leslie Sekwanowicz, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, can I announce for you whenever you're ready on my cases?
Just give me one moment. All right, Robert Mauer. Okay, on Adame.
We have a trial date agreed on March 1st of 21. On the ag assault case, we're going to try that one first.
All right, just one moment. Let me find your client. Is your client on bond or in custody?
No, he's in jail.
Okay, let me just find him on the docket.
It's on page 14, Judge.
Thank you.
BRCK office.
James Myra.
So what date is the jury trial date for that?
March 1st, Judge.
Hi, Judge. Monica Crawler here from Bridgewater. I've got Laura Valadez. We've reset her for.
Excuse me. Oh, that's from you, Robert? Okay. All right, Robert, on Andres Adami, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
Has an offer been tendered?
It hasn't. It's been rejected.
All right, Mr. Adami, can you unmute, please? Are you rejecting the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be March 1st at 9 a.m. in the 187 District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. If you are in custody, you will be brought over from the jail on that date just dressed for jury trial. You will be brought over dressed in whatever clothes that you have at the jail. If you wish to be in different attire than what's at the jail, you'll need to make arrangements with your attorney. Mr. Bauer, if there are any issues with the clothing that's changed, let the court know, and the court will try to help facilitate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Adami, if you are on bond, you will need to appear in court on that day just dressed for jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your jury trial date?
March 1st, 9 a.m.
All right, thank you very much. Do you need to speak with Mr. Adami?
Judge, I am swamped. I don't have time to talk to
No,
him.
I mean, if you just needed to speak to him or not, otherwise we'll
No,
send
I
it
do
back.
not. I do not.
All right, Norman, Mr. Adami can go back. He's L16.
And Judge, my other case is Philip Mosier.
Okay, just one second. All right, what is happening with Mr. Moser?
Judge, Hunter was looking for a video. Marcus has the case now, and he's going to try to track down see whether or not there's a video from the apartment complex where the offense took place.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to reset this for discovery, and that will extend your plea deadline date. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a discovery date on Philip Moser, please? And if you could set it in January. All right, we're going to come back on January 21st.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
At 9 a.m. Mr. Moser, you need to make sure that you show up, and you can show up by Zoom, but you need to make sure you show up. Do you understand, Mr. Moser?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll see you all then. You're both excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Bobby Gebbia.
Good morning, Judge. I have an update on Mike Moreno. He is in custody.
Yes.
With Caitlin.
Yes, what is the update?
We're ready for trial. We've agreed to a trial date. February 1st was the date that Caitlin and I discussed.
Mike Moreno, can you raise your hand for me, please? We have many Mike Morenos. So what date, Mr. Gebbia?
Caitlin and I discussed February the 1st.
Did you clear that, with Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, Caitlin chatted me, Judge.
All right, thank you.
We cleared it up.
All right, Mr. Gebbia, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
Yes.
Mr. Moreno, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting the state's
She went through my
offer?
phone and
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
put my hands on her.
I'm sorry, is that yes or no?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, so your jury
My mom.
trial date is going to be March 1st at 9 a.m. You'll need to appear in court dressed for trial. If you are still in custody, you will be brought over dressed for trial in the clothes that you have at the jail. If you wish to appear
No
in
problem,
some
ma'am.
different attire,
Yes, sir.
you'll need to make arrangements with your
The
attorney
same
for
one?
that. Mr.
Oh,
Gebbia,
I'm
if there are
in
any
charge,
issues with the clothing exchange, let the court know. Mr. Moreno, if you're released from custody, you will need to come dressed for trial on that date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
When is your jury trial date?
February 1st.
No, it's March 1st.
February 1st.
Yes,
I
at
thought you
home.
guys told me March 1st.
No, that was the last person, Judge. We agreed.
Okay. All right, so your jury trial date is February 1st. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you're released from custody, you'll
When
need
am I
to
leaving
be
here?
here on February 1st for trial. Okay, Brent, I could have sworn they told me March 1st. My allergy ear, I guess, is acting up. All right, Mr. Gebbia, if you don't have anyone else with us on the docket, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. I do have one more person, Migdalia Salazar, if I could go back to the breakout room for family violence.
Yes. Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Marino is excused? And I'm sorry, repeat that name for me.
Migdalia Salazar, she is online.
Okay, I will send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've spoken to Marcus on this matter. He extended the final offer again. My client has rejected it, but he has informed me that he wishes to try this case himself.
Well, I mean, that can be arranged. Do you have a jury trial date for Ms. Ferguson?
Marcus and I had discussed January 18th of 2022.
Ms. Ferguson, is January 18th an okay trial date for them?
Yes, ma'am. We cleared, I talked to Marcus.
All right, so Norma, on Mr. Melendez, he says that he only speaks Spanish. So can we get an interpreter here?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
All right, we'll take that up in just one moment, Mr. Hernandez. We're
Thank
going
you,
to have an
Judge.
interpreter come in.
Yes, Judge.
Leslie Sekonowich.
Yes, Judge, I have a question, the process question. I got put in the breakout room, but there's nobody in there. And that it's an MTR on a
Yes,
CTD
so
case.
here's the process.
Okay.
The breakout rooms are like doctor's offices. There are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. So once you're sent to the breakout room, if you will wait in there patiently, a prosecutor will meet you there and confer on your case with you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. So if you could go back to number 2, a prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Javier Garcia.
Hi, Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning again.
So where are we on the paperwork? I was told that there were some issues with paperwork.
Your Honor, we're just, the issues are, we're just waiting for a copy of one of the judgments so that we can say that it's
Okay,
true.
awesome.
And so I'm getting updates on that matter, so it shouldn't take very long.
All right,
But-
thank you.
May I ask you, on the other 2 clients, could I make announcement on those, or would you like me to wait?
Yes, no, we can make announcements on those. Just give me one moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Luis Martinez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Okay, Judge, I will wait patiently there.
Thank you. All right, Javier,
Yes, Your Honor.
which cases do you have that you want to speak of?
Mr. Toussaint, Otis Toussaint, cause numbers 2021 CR 2505.
Okay. All right, what is happening with Mr. Toussaint?
Your Honor, I've conferred, we'd like to keep it on the trial docket.
And
we
did you
have a-
receive a trial date?
We agreed to a trial date of February 15th of 2022.
All right, have you received all the discovery in this case?
As far as my communication with Mr. Locke, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Toussaint, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so your jury trial date is going to be on February 15th. You'll need to come on that date at 9 a.m. to the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor, and you'll need to come dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so when is your court date?
February 15th, 9 a.m. in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, in which court?
187.
All right, thank you. We will see you then.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, you two, and you are excused. And then your other case?
The other case is Stephen Sancho, Your Honor. The cause number is 2020 CR 12053.
All right, and what is happening with Mr. Sancho?
We are requesting a trial date, Your Honor.
And
we
have
agreed-
you discussed with the state a trial date?
Yes, we're looking at February the 8th.
All right, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes.
Mr. Sancho, can you unmute for me, please?
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, I can. Are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, I am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, I am.
All right, so your jury trial date is going to be on February 8th at 9 a.m. in the 187 District Court. We are located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
I was there last week,
Okay, so when is your jury trial date?
February 8th.
What
9
time?
9 a.m.
All right, thank you. You will see you then. You're excused.
Thank you.
All right, any other attorneys back or ready?
Judge, can I approach?
Yes.
I was here earlier on Marla Garrison. I'm back. Did she get kicked off? I was just curious.
Oh, no, I removed her. I revoked her Zoom privileges.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure we were good to go on February 8th trial setting.
No, she needs to appear in court.
And when does that need to happen today?
Yes, today.
I have a conflict. Is it something that I need to be there?
No, she needs to be here.
Okay, and I will get in touch with her. I'm assuming that was conveyed to her that she needed to be there in court.
Yes, it was. And if you could let her know that only wearing a bra for court is not allowed. And I do believe if she were to show up in person to the courthouse, they would not let her in a courtroom in a bra alone. And so her Zoom privileges are going to be permanently revoked. She will not, at least in this court, ever be allowed to appear by Zoom.
I'll let her know, Judge.
All right, thank you.
You have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Ms. Ferguson, can I see you in breakout room number 1, please? And everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Tim Molina. Hi, your client decided that he doesn't want to participate today.
Okay.
So if you want, we can
I was
have.
just gonna ask, I was gonna ask the court for more time just to work through the discovery with him. I mean, he's habitual, so I mean, it's a big charge. And so that's what I was gonna ask today when I was able to log on.
Okay, so we're recalling him back for February 3rd. If you want it set sooner than that, then you can request it through the court coordinator.
Okay, I will.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Leslie Sekwanowicz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
On my client, we have an MTR. The state's going to withdraw the MTR. And is going to term him on SAT.
Okay, then you are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Norma, can you let Mr. Paul Suarez know he can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Raymond Martinez.
Yes, Judge, I think the state has sent me paperwork. I'm just now finishing my other settings. I'm going to try and look for it and see if I can get it signed.
All right, thank you. All right, and Norma, do you have an ETA on the interpreter?
Let me call Judge.
Thank you.
They just called, Judge, and I think they should be joining on here pretty soon.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she can? Okay, fine.
All right, Mr. Gebbia, are you ready?
I am, Judge. I'm ready to update you on Migdalia Salazar.
Yes.
I have conferred with Joe Ray. This is a first or second setting. We are asking for a reset to do some discovery. There's a lot more photos he says he wants to upload. We also conferred on a motion to modify her bond restrictions regarding supervised contact with her children. He is going to do some due diligence on that and speak to the CPS caseworkers and see if the state will be opposed to that. He's going to reach out to me off docket. If we're able to reach an agreement, we'll let the court know. And if we need a contested hearing with witnesses, we'll ask the Norma to set that for us.
All right, then Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Migdalia Salazar, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 27th at 9 a.m. and that will be by Zoom. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. I hope you have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you, you too. And I see we have the interpreter here, and that is for
Mr. Melendez, Your Honor.
Melendez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días.
All right, so Mr. Hernandez, what's the jury trial date?
Your Honor, we had come an agreement with January 18th of 22.
All right. So are you ready, Ms. Abrams? We're not on the record. This is just for me to give Mr. Melendez his jury trial date.
Yes, Your Honor, of course, I'm ready.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in each of these cause numbers?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
Defensa ha recibido todos los documentos de descubrimiento de la Fiscalía en estas causas. Sí, su señoría, creo que sí.
Was an offer tendered, Mr. Hernandez?
It has been, Your Honor.
¿Se le ofreció una oferta al señor Hernández? Sí. Meléndez, perdón, sí.
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Melendez, are you rejecting the offer in each of these cause numbers?
Señor Meléndez, ¿usted está rechazando la oferta que le han hecho en todas estas causas? Yes.
Your jury trial date will be January 18th.
La fecha de su juicio conjurado va a ser el 18 de enero
at 9 a.m.
a las 9 de la mañana
in the 187th District Court
en el Tribunal de Distrito 187.
The court is located at 300 De La Rosa.
El tribunal está localizado en 300 Dolorosa.
On the 4th floor.
En el cuarto piso del edificio.
Okay.
If you are at the Bexar County Jail, you will be brought over, dressed for trial.
Si usted está detenido en la cárcel del condado de Bexar, a usted lo van a traer al tribunal, le van a permitir que se vista con otra ropa diferente para el juicio.
Como yo que no tengo ropa.
¿Perdón?
Que no tengo ropa.
I don't have any clothes.
Let me explain that to you.
Déjeme explicarle.
You will be brought over in whatever civilian clothes you have at the jail.
Lo van a traer con cualquier ropa civil que tiene usted ahí guardada en la cárcel.
Ya la sacaron, mis hijas la sacaron.
Children took that away. They picked it up.
If you wish to have different attire, you will need to make arrangements with your attorney.
Si usted quiere vestir de otra manera diferente para el juicio, usted necesita hacer los arreglos con su abogado.
Your Honor, and I am in contact with his daughters, and we will have clothes for him if need be.
Su señoría, dice el abogado, que él está en contacto con sus hijas y si es necesario, ellas van a proveer ropa para usted.
Okay.
Okay.
Defense, if there are any issues with the clothing exchange, let the court know and we will help with that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Melendez, remember your jury trial date is January 18th.
Señor Meléndez, recuerde que la fecha de su juicio conjurado es el 18 de enero.
Okay.
If you are on bond, you will need to appear in court on January 18th. Do you understand?
Si usted saliera bajo fianza, usted se tiene que presentar aquí en el tribunal el 18 de enero. ¿Entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Abrams. Norma, can you let them know L17 Melendez can go back?
Ok, señor, es todo. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Have be excused, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
James Oldestor?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm late because I had some in-persons at the courthouse this morning, but here I am. I was called in about Mr. Schultz,
Yes.
and we probably would like to have a little more time to talk about the cases. I have some discovery. I'm not sure if I have all. I know you're going to ask that. I can't really confirm that right now. I think I have some, but not all. I'm guessing. The question he's come up in my mind, is there a video of the offense?
All right, your case is fairly new. I'm going to give you a 30-day reset. That'll give you a chance to review and make sure that you have all the discovery and you can confer with the state on that.
Thank you very much, Judge.
You're
What
welcome.
might it be? Do you know?
Just 1 second. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a discovery date for 30 days? All right, it's going to be January 28th, Mr. Oldestor.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, if you have nothing else with us, you're excused.
Hey, I sent her a chat.
All right, thank you.
I'll be right.
Judge, or is it?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm sorry, the January 28th is it's a final conferring, I guess, in the
Well,
discovery.
it's for discovery to make sure
Okay.
that you have all your discovery.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I had to hear
All
that.
right, no problem. You're excused. Thank you. And Norma, since they're short at the jail, can you let them know that they can have counsel Mr. Schultz, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Everyone, the court is going to be breaking at 12. Thank you. And this is on Ian Stewart. Oh, no, I put it all back. Sure. All right, everyone, the court is going to be taking its noon break. It appears that the last case that we're going to take up before our break is going to be Stewart. So just give me a moment, everyone.
And Judge, I have a quick matter, just if you have a second when you're ready.
Yes.
Mr. Chase was brought to court late. He's in custody. I have to convey an offer to him to see if it's accepted, if I can get into a breakout room with him.
All right, and then Mr. Chase is in the courtroom?
He's in custody, Judge.
Okay, let me find Mr. Chase on the screen.
Chase 16F.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, John Coots, I didn't see you there. You've just been hiding.
Hey, Judge, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that.
All right.
I have conferred with Ms. Hayden and my client. We do not have an agreement at this time on Manuel Martinez. Would it be possible to reset this case?
Just one moment, let me pull the file to see where we are in our settings. All right, it's a fairly new case. Have you received the discovery on it?
I have, Your Honor. And in fact, Megan, my associate, watched the child safe video last week.
Okay, just give me one moment. It seems that all my pins have disappeared.
I can't help you with that, Judge.
Well, you know, it's funny. I always have at least 30 pins and then they end up disappearing. I'm like, where are all the pins? All right, so thank you. All right, so we're going to come back on your case on January 28th.
Okay.
And so that will be a regular reset for you.
Okay.
And then I want to make sure that you have all discovery and you've had a chance to look at it. Has the state tendered an offer yet or no?
They have, and I've discussed it with my client, and at this time we do not have an agreement.
All right, so what we'll do, we'll come back on January 28th. Then your next setting that I give you will be a plea deadline date.
Okay.
All right, then if there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Mr. Acevedo?
Yes, Judge, Mr. Chase would like to accept the offer that Marcus has conveyed today. So he's preparing paperwork. When would you like to do it?
We can take that up this afternoon. We're going to take our break at 12 today. The last plea we're going to take before the break is going to be Mr. Stewart. He already has his paperwork, but everyone else, you'll have to come back this afternoon. And if everyone works on their paperwork beforehand, we will be able to take it up right away.
All right. Judge, I think that'll work. I have a 1 o'clock or 1:30 jury trial setting in County Court 13 in court. If that starts, I'll let the court be aware of that. We can recall him. If it doesn't start, I should be able to have the paperwork turned in by 2:30.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Garcia.
Yes, hello, Your
Yes,
Honor.
hi. Let me ask you this, not to put any pressure on you, but are you available to come back this afternoon? Is Mrs. Stewart available to come back this afternoon?
Your Honor, I believe I would be, and I can double check with the client.
All right, Mr. Stewart, are you able, could you unmute for me, Mrs. Stewart, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to come back this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, if I have to, I will.
All right, that would really help with the scheduling we have. I do have a judges meeting at 12:30 today, and it's to work on technology. So of course, we want to make sure that we're able to continue zooming through. So I want to make sure that I'm up on all the technology, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna come back at 2:30. If you can make sure that you have your paperwork done, and then to all the inmates, this will give you a chance to make sure that you get your lunch and everything that you're supposed to get. I don't want you to be not having your lunch because you're in court. You're welcome, Mr. Williams. I want to make sure you guys eat. I don't think it's fair for you all not to have had any.
Right on.
All right, thank you. Yes, Ms. Ferguson?
And please instruct him not to be messing with the computer system.
All right, so here's the thing to all the inmates. We sent one person back because they were looking at the internet. So don't be that person who gets sent back because as you know, if that happens, you're gonna have to come back probably in February or March. So yes, Mr. Williams?
Can we go back until y'all come back at 2:30?
No, what will end up happening is the coordinator will let them know that you're scheduled to come back at 2:30. But nobody leave until a deputy either comes because they don't like you walking around
Nah, I know.
unescorted.
I'm in handcuffs and shackles, so I really can't.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna let them know.
All right, I just want to make sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so everyone, I'm gonna stop live stream and Mr. Garcia, we will take your matter up first thing. So Mr. Stewart, right at 2:30, we're gonna take your matter up. I'm just waiting for the judgments to be printed off and that's taking a little bit longer than anticipated. So
Okay.
if you all come back at that time, we will take you up first. And Mr. Stewart,
be here.
just enjoy lunch, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Enjoy yours as well.
All right, thank you.